have no experience. I was just making bets. I'm a fucking gambling addict. For those who don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, my first step is admitting, right?
Yeah, first step is admitting, and I need help.
Okay.
I need help. So
Do you though?
I do.
Do you actually feel like you need help? Like you have an addiction?
I don't think I'm addicted fully, but I'm like, oh,
You're getting there.
I feel like it's getting
How much have
You gotta
you dropped?
leave the group chat, man.
Huh? What?
How many zeros have you dropped on gambling?
Zero. Wait, sorry. Can you
Like
just
how
repeat?
many
digits?
Like you put in 1,000. You put 100.
Oh no, it'd just be like periodic like increments,
Okay.
and I'm like, wait, what am I doing? Because I was using a lot of bet credits at first,
Right.
and I was doing good. But then when all the bet credits cut, I'm like, all right, let me just use a little bit of real money. And the real money was like, oh, because every leg I be getting, I'm like, oh man, they're almost hitting. Like they're like the right shit,
Right.
but just by a little bit. And you're like, bro, every time it's like so close. So
But you've won though.
I'll win here and there, but that's where the fun comes in. Now you're like, all right, that win was small. Maybe it could be bigger.
How many bets? So just this week, how many bets have you made?
I mean, I make a shit ton of bets. Like, to be honest, it's just
An estimate, guesstimate.
It depends really. Like, I guess it's like how do you ask that question? Like, I'll bet. Let's just say I bet on a lot of more things. I have no clue what I'm betting on. Like,
All right.
at first it was ball. I'm like,
Now you just
now I'm betting on hockey.
wrestling.
Nah, not that far left. I'm actually just betting on all like the popular sports over here.
Okay.
It's like I'm betting on MLB now. I'm betting on fucking hockey. I'm betting on fucking ball. So from what I've just gathered from everything, it's almost kind of more easier to gauge baseball and hockey than it is basketball. Basketball is such a wild ass.
Well, like, are you liking it because it's getting you into the sports world, or are you liking it for the money?
The thrill.
The
thrill. It's really the thrill, man. Like, I will say, me betting has got me into sports a whole lot more. Like, now I'm here like, yo, let me tune in type shit. And now as you keep watching, you're kind of like, I'm not even like a fan of like teams. I'm just more like, all right, I know who's gonna probably play shit.
Yeah.
Based on certain things. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Betting takes the fun out of the sport, though.
Betting takes the fun out of it?
Like, I feel like if you love this, like, for me personally, I love basketball.
I don't love the sport. As I said, I love the thrill. The thrill of it is fun.
I love basketball, and I feel like when you bet a lot, it just kind of makes you be like, man, this sucks. Even during the playoffs, it makes you, like, more focused on the bet than the actual playoffs.
You can't do it for the money, though.
Nah,
I love the sport.
Fantasy.
I think you could still love the sport, man, because for me, I guess when I say I love, I guess I'm trying to say like, yo, I'm not like a fan. Like I'm like, yo, like this is my team. I know the stat. I love the sport. The sport's still fucking fun to watch. That's why I said like the thrill of just like having something on the line is just like, oh fuck. Like to me now it's like it made me like the sport even more because now I'm tuned into like who's gonna probably win me more money, and then who's probably even gonna put on an entertaining game if anything. Because now when you start getting into the entertaining part of it, I feel like that's when you start making more ludicrous fucking bets. Like who's gonna score the first basket? Who's gonna do this or type shit. So I've gained a lot more love for certain sports just because of the thrill factor. Because I'm like, fuck, I don't know what's going on and I don't know what's happening. But as you start seeing where you fucked up and you're like where you would switch and you're just like, okay, cool. Like now I know what to look out for next time. Right? This guy's probably my favorite guy on this team because he always does this. He's always making me money by doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you look at it like that.
Yeah, because it's like at a certain point, that's what I mean. Like it's not just the money part about it. The money part is definitely a huge factor. But after a while it's kind of like you don't want to keep making blind bets. So now you want to see who you're investing in. Like, all right, I'm putting $50 on Blue Jays tonight. Is Vlad going to be hitting today? Like, that nigga likes to hit a lot of home runs.
I don't know if this is the case for you, but it sounds like this is going to hit a case where it's like you're going to be so deep in that, like, at a certain point, the losses are going to make you, like, so upset, you start fucking shit up. I don't know why, but...
What do you mean by fucking shit up?
Like, you just get, like, those guys that like
Too
punch
deep.
screens.
No.
Just go
It's made me
crazy.
hella sad. I'll say that.
Okay.
There's one night where I'm just like, yo, a lot of bets should have been hidden, man. And I'm like, after that, I'm like, how much money did I just drop? Like,
Right?
it's not to say I
Like it's
dropped.
gonna get to like a Squid Game type tip.
It's not to say that.
It's like Squid Game, you know those guys are like so deep in there. Like,
Oh no,
Yeah.
never. I mean,
That's how those guys start. They're like, nah, that's not gonna be me.
I hear you still, but for me, it was more so just like I actually do try to stay within a limit. And
okay.
when I hit my limit one time, I'm just like, oh, okay. It was a wake up call still. So I'm like, all right, let me actually turn down. So
You can also put a limit on the app.
Cool.
They allow you to put like a deposit limit and stuff
yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I mean.
just
I
in
have the
case.
deposit limit. So I hit that early, but it's just because I had put in money prior. My limit was 500, but I had put 250 in it to make a match.
Right.
And so I ran up another 250 and I didn't even realize. So I'm like, oh fuck, like
This guy's rich.
I did 250 or I'm like, yeah. So I was just like, yo, fuck, like, all right, that was like a wake up call because I could imagine if I did 500 and I would have been like, yo, nigga, what the fuck, and
So
nothing
you're
hit.
losing more than you're winning, and you still enjoy it.
No, I've won actually
In
more.
total, would you have say you made a profit since you started?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the losses are catching up to that profit. No cap. Like,
Yeah. Well,
so
So you're
yeah, I
starting
guess
to
that's what I
break
said. Like, that's just the thrill and fun of it to me. Like, I
Okay.
just
Yeah.
like it's stupid. It's definitely stupid.
No, I mean if it's what you enjoy,
But
I
it's
mean,
fun. It's fun as fuck. I
you can
will say.
afford it, then go crazy. Just
That's it, bro.
be
Yeah, and
smart
as I
about
said, I
it.
try to play within my means because I know some niggas that be throwing like $200 bets and shit. I'm like, oh, y'all niggas got it.
The
So
payout look crazy though.
no, it's more. They do a lot of
depending
higher
on what they
payout.
do.
They do bigger payouts on safer bets.
Ah,
So it's like I'm gonna put 200 to make 400 or 500
word.
on these three people. So what I
200
do
on the Lakers losing or something like that.
for me, I go for long shots, and it's like right now I go for long shots because my goal, I'd love to hit a big one, just so I could start doing like a smaller plays but bigger money, so now I could play it safer. Because I've seen too much niggas hitting like their parlay is nice with making
Yeah.
smaller plays
Yeah.
and more money. I'm like, yeah, I don't have bare money to just drop on
Mhm.
just to make that. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going for the bag. And that bag has fumbled a lot. I have yet to hit one of my one of my longest tickets. Oh man, I'll never forget. James Harden fucked that up for me because
Only James Harden fucked it up.
he was the worst person to fuck it up for me.
Okay.
I was supposed to win 2 G's off of a $20 bet, and this nigga needed 15 points.
15.
This nigga ended with
When it was on
14.
Brooklyn. Oh,
He ended with 14 points. I was
That's
like,
painful.
yeah, that hurts.
yo, this whole the whole second half didn't touch the ball. Third half, every time he touched the ball,
Double team.
he threw it to the next man. He wasn't trying to play.
Oh,
I was begging for somebody to just
Wasn't
foul
that
him.
a playoff game?
Yeah, it was against
Yeah, I think it was like game 3 or game 4 or
no,
game 2.
game 2, I think. It was game 2. This is right after Maxi and them went off. I'm like, hey,
Oh, it's game 1
it
still.
wasn't game 1. It was right after game 1.
Also game 2, yeah.
Game 2, because Maxi went off, and I'm like, Jesus
He's
Christ.
disgusting.
And then after I put it,
Nah, if Maxi went
He's
off,
on my
then
fantasy
that's
team.
game 1 then. Because game 2, Maxi didn't really go off.
that's what I'm saying. It was game 2. Game
Oh.
2 is when he was. I'm like, okay, Maxi went off. Like, let me
Yeah.
put some shit on. And everybody was hitting. Maxi just barely scratched by. I'm like, okay, Harden got this. Like, man had the ball, and then he just kept passing it. And I was just like, yo,
What are you doing?
a man, foul him, please.
Yeah.
Nobody couldn't foul him.
That's
And this nigga just ended the whole game not trying to score a basket, dog. I'm like, yo, I hate this nigga. I'm not betting nothing on this nigga. So
I feel like players know certain stats and certain things per game.
yeah,
before they go out.
certain things, but like
So,
the thing is for me is like I do certain milestones. Like I'm getting deep into it, but like I do certain things where it's like I don't think it's not necessarily like I personally don't think it's like a player's gonna be like, oh yeah, that's what they're saying, and I'm gonna fuck this up. Like I have options, so I was like, I could have put Harden at 10 points. I could have put him at
I
5.
think-
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
okay.
But I put him at 15 because I'm like, it's Harden.
Harden, yeah.
Yo,
I
like,
think low key, Because I feel like some players have proxies to bet for them.
They get bonuses.
100%.
Yeah.
And
That
that's
too.
they're not
So,
supposed to
like,
do it, but like
I feel like they all do.
they
it.
don't.
They all-
100%.
they all do.
Them niggas know about it.
So, maybe Harden was just that game. It was like
I don't think he was like, yo, I'm gonna
some
score
bet.
under
It's
15.
under 14 or under 15.
Nah, I don't think, because it wasn't even that big of a difference whether or not
I feel like other people would place that same bet too. So
at 15.
not at 15. But what I'm saying is like, okay, go out there, get your assists, try and get the win, but know that you have to stay in this range.
Exactly.
I don't think it's that deep, to be honest. I definitely know
And then-
players.
Possible.
And the refs, you don't think the refs rigged the game?
Oh yeah, there used to be a bad ref.
I don't think.
He's a
I
really
don't
bad
think
guy.
it's.
He's getting
I don't think
he's
it's.
getting a Netflix
In
special.
Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, they're having a Netflix
Guy
special
would
for
make
him.
terrible
Tim
calls
Dogging,
to fuck up the game.
Tim, I think it's like Tim Dogging or something like that.
This nigga be watching the app like foul.
No,
Fuck y'all
think they're
niggas.
talking to each other in the earpiece. He's talking to the men that's running the
True.
money. and
Yeah,
shit.
them kingpin dudes, man. Yeah,
That's
it's
These
crazy.
guys can't-
Nah.
these can't win. It's not-
Yo, they're going crazy.
Nah, he knows from the get go. Like he used to like make like bets on the side, and then be like, all right, I'm gonna make sure this person is getting their free throws. I'm gonna make sure this team wins or swings the game.
I was gonna be like,
And
yo,
he was the
your
head
toes
official.
over the line. Run that back. Take a free throw, nigga. Don't fuck this up. I got money on you.
It's true.
That's crazy.
It's true. I believe it.
Well, okay, so I think that's a whole lot different. I don't think players are individually looking at every stat like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck my shit
No,
up.
they're not watching
They're not
every
watching-
stat, but they'll,
But now,
they'll get like a,
depends on
they'll
the
get like a
players, so-
contract or a bonus. Like, okay, go out there, drop 20, or you go out there, grab this amount of boards.
So this is what I do.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I do. On the niggas I expect to go crazy, I'm like, nah, I'm gonna prop you down. Niggas who
Down, what you mean by that?
like, I'm gonna make sure that I'm betting under what you're supposed to be getting. So if a
Okay.
man, say like Anthony Edwards last night, I expected him to hit 30. I think a lot of people expect this guy to go crazy because he's
Right.
such a good player.
Right.
So safe me would have been like, all right, a lot of people expect him to hit 30. So let me drop it to 20
Okay.
and then be safe.
Right.
Because at least if he doesn't hit that 30,
He held 20.
he hit the 20.
Right.
So I made 2 bets last night and he hit the 30, but he didn't get the certain assists that I needed
Ah.
and rebounds. But I propped it lower. I'm like, okay, he's probably going to get these, if anything. And
He did.
I did. So it was just like it's just kind of like that kind of mental game.
Smart,
That
you gotta be smart.
you gotta be smart with it. So that's why I kind of don't really feel as if like players are there sabotaging their thing like that. Because I think at that point, like if you expect a player,
Not in the NBA.
Not-
I would say like maybe college,
Not-
like certain things in
Not
college.
with the big players, but maybe the I don't even know.
like with big players, I think a lot of people expect them to hit like 30, 20, 30s, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's the only time where like, you know, one of those players would probably be like, no, I'm not going to hit 20 tonight. I'm going to hit 15. You know what I mean?
I think like the role players too.
Even that.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna go out there and go off tonight. 'cause
Like I
they're
think
not
niggas
expecting you
who
to
are
go off
expected to
tonight.
do certain things, like if they know they're supposed to hit it, I could definitely see like, all right, like just in case they fuck up, let me put it under. You know what I mean? So say like Rudy Gobert, oh, niggas expect him to get 10 rebounds. Let me drop him at 7 just in case he decides to fuck around today and say, no, I'm not gonna catch.
They're out,
rebounds."
right? Utah's out, no?
Yeah, they're out now.
To who they lose to?
They lost to Dallas 4-2,
Shit.
That's
and
crazy.
Luka was in there for the first 2 games.
Hold that.
I also do agree with you now about, you know, the Utah fans not calling Donovan Mitchell the N-word.
That's what I'm saying. Doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. So, last week we were talking about how racist Utah is and how it's a problem, how the players would complain. And I said, do you guys think that they're going to call Donovan Mitchell a nigger if he fucks this up?
Yeah.
And they said, nah, it doesn't make sense because he's one of them. And I was like, what? Racists don't give a fuck about that.
Bro,
yo.
that's regular. That,
You know what I mean? But
Doesn't matter the circumstance. That's what you are.
I get it. I said the same thing. I'm like, yo, still nigga. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But these guys said no, and I think I was watching a game and I'm like, I guess it does make sense. Like,
I think they'll trade him.
Yeah, if they trade him, then they'll be like, oh, you fucking nigga. We knew it.
Yo, there was definitely a 1-2 man that was like had him on a bet slip, and Donovan fucked it up, and he's like, "You fucking Jäger."
no, yeah, that's what I'm
Like,
saying.